Very good afternoon to everyone. My God, I know. Very good afternoon.
Very good afternoon.
Yes. Wherever we come together, whenever we come together, we greet. We begin with a greeting called peace to you. And the response is peace to you too. Shall we greet and begin this session in a very peaceful and in a very comfortable manner? Peace to you.
Peace to you.
Peace to you.
Peace to you also.
Beautiful. I'm confused, Father Dr. Stan Swaminathan. As I'm standing here, and my heart is filled with gratitude, at the same time, a lot of joy, peace. But on the other hand, I'm feeling a bit nervous and awed because Father Dr. Stan Swaminathan was my HOD, and the HOD has to introduce his student. It is a bit contradicting factor, and there is a lot of dichotomy in it. I was surprised to see that Father is standing here and introducing his student, and he was my mentor, guide, and a brother, much more than a friend. We worked together for 2 years to develop this model called Peace Channel. Now again, I'm over here and feeling very much reluctant because another 2-3 important people are sitting here. None other than Archbishop Emeritus Thomas Menambarambil. We have been working together, and now he is listening. He is supposed to be here to teach, and now he is there. Then Father Joe Mannat, who inaugurated this movement in 2005 on 21st September. And Brother Jesudas, who took this movement to northeastern states, tirelessly working hard to pitch and flag it off at the end. With all these prominent personalities who have made this movement to grow, and today I can vouch and say children and youth can be changed. Whom we believe the children cannot be changed, youth cannot be changed, I vouch and I pitch here at the very beginning of my presentation. Youth who are violent in nature can be changed into and build a culture of peace. Having worked 12 years with this youth and children, they have taught a lot. And also, just reaching out to interreligious perspective, we can work together as one family. Vasudhaiva Kudumbaka. With this note, I would like to give you the objectives. There are 3 objectives on which we are going to work, and 2 parts. First part, I will be, Father, please sit. First part, I will be presenting just the introduction and how this movement is working in promoting interreligious harmony and sustainable peace for last 12 years. And second segment, we will see a multimedia presentation for 10 to 12 minutes, how it is systematically put into practice. There are so many universities, so many experts have been helping us to grow. It is not our work, beginning with Dr. Stan Swaminathan. And today, number of universities have been collaborating with this. And I will be pitching 1 point. The first objective, what is the methodology that we follow in promoting interreligious harmony. And second objective, we will be trying to analyze the activities that is done by the Peace Channel in promoting interreligious and sustainable peace in Northeast India. Whether you believe it or not, today Nagaland is one of the non-violent and promoting interreligious harmony, and there is no conflict with regard to religion as a model state. Definitely people have been working tirelessly. There was a tension mounting up just a couple of years back between Christians and Muslims, but this interreligious group intervened strongly and prevented a big riot between Christians and Muslims when a young man was lynched in Dimapur, a Muslim boy. What I'm saying, at the very outset itself, we have got three angles to work with. One is forming peace clubs, quality peace clubs in the schools, communities, and universities and education institutions. And second level, we have PFP, People's Forum for Peace, promoting interreligious harmony and sustainable peace. And the third level, we have established a postgraduate institute in promoting peace and conflict transformation studies. And I think it is the first institute in India promoting peace and conflict studies in Master of Social Work. Now, first aspect, what is the first aspect? The hallmark of Peace Channel is formation of quality peace clubs in the schools, colleges, and universities. Now, when you look at it, the learning process, everybody is educated here. I'm so happy at the end we will be contributing and making a kind of contributing aspect of learning. That is cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. And here we are trying to keep a very strong point on affective domain in the childhood, in the children. Gandhi says, if you want a real peace, please educate the children. Let us begin with the children. The value can be engraved into the minds of the children, and children are able to learn better and they are able to live together. And if I asked you which country has the best education system in the world, I don't know how many of you will be able to say. It is Finland. When we were studying about Finland, we understood why the children are happy. The whole education system or learning process, they have made it a happy environment. In a happy environment, children learn. And that is the model we are adapting in the peace clubs, in the schools, colleges, and universities. We have over 120,000 students as of now in Nagaland and Northeast India. It's spread to most of the states and all the districts of Nagaland, capturing and making children to be engraved in values and principles. And therefore, creating a happy environment is our motto. Wherever the children are, create a happy environment in learning, and also they intervene in the conflict situation. What is observed, what is shared, what is learned from the situations. So, I would like to bring the first PowerPoint, first slide, Brother Albert. If I asked you what is the biggest problem that we face in this world, what is the biggest problem? Is it illiteracy? Is it poverty? Is it unemployment? Is it unemployability? I don't think so. The biggest problem that we face in this modern world is the problem of lack of love. If the problem of lack of love is substantiated and resolved, I think India, our states and our India can be the model country for the whole world to be imitated, followed, because we have the matrix of all religions here. We have proved that we can live together. We have proved to the world that we can live together. And many organizations, many peace organizations have been working very hard to reach this the ultimate end of making India a better place to live in. Our states, our districts, our communities a better place to live in. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. We must learn to live together as brothers and sisters or perish together as fools. Martin Luther Jr. says. It's a time for us to come together. Though we believe in different ideologies, values, principles, but time has come for us to come together. As Christians, as Hindus, as Muslims, if we believe there is only one planet and all people belong to the same planet, if there is only one God and everybody is still the same God, if you believe Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, it's a time for us to come together. And if you don't do it, we may have to perish as fools. With this note, I would like to begin the first part of our Peace Channel, how it is promoting the children to be the messengers of peace in an interreligious, intertribal, interlinguistic perspective of Northeast India. The children are coming together 2 times in a month. We have, as I said, over 1,20,000 students. They come together in the schools, in the communities to celebrate peace. To celebrate peace. They have no inhibitions. They don't know who is Hindu, who is Muslim, who is Christians. They are innocent. And that's the best time to tell them that we can live together, though we are different. And children, they really understand. And when they go back, when the parents say that, did you meet the Muslim boy? Did you meet the Hindu boy? Did you meet that boy, this boy? The children are able to say, Ma'am, Dad, we are children of same God. And I would like to challenge, as one of the speakers yesterday said, if we want to have sustainable peace, we need to teach all the religion to the children when they are young. If you want to have real peace in India, the religions have to be taught. Hindus have to learn about Muslims, Muslims have to learn about the Hindus, and Christians have to learn about Hindus, Muslims, and it's vice versa. The same way, in the interreligious marriages, as a priest, now you may question, if you believe there is only one God, and as Sir yesterday said, there's only, everybody is still the same God, we need to work on interreligious marriages. Third, where the Hindu candidate stands in the pockets of Christians and the Hindu candidate wins in the majority or the Hindu Christian pockets, we can say that the sustainable peace is possible in India. When a Muslim is elected from the Hindu pocket, we can say that peace is possible in India. When a Jain is elected from a Muslim community, Muslim pocket area, we can say such peace is sustainable. And sustainable peace is possible in India. In this context, we are just educating the children with the 7 values. Next slide. Brother Albert, next slide. This is the theory during my PhD. This is one of the models that we have developed. And this is the model in which we are working. Inner peace to outer peace to the universal peace. This is a simple technology that we use. Inner peace to outer peace to the universal peace. And in order to carry out, experience this inner peace to the outer peace to the universal peace, we use 4 methodologies. That is information, formation, transformation, and evaluation. Information is just creating awareness, conscientizing people to talk about the importance of peace. And the second one is capacity building. Formation is the time to build their capacities and enable them to intervene in the conflict situation. Just a couple of days back, before we started to travel to Bangalore, one young girl was caught by her husband and she was smashed into the stone. She was bleeding along with her child in her hand. And the child was screaming for help. Over 100, 200 people around just watching the scene. And as I was coming to my house, Bishop's house, It's just 20 feet away from the bishop's house, just in front of the Airtel office. Now what happened? Everybody is watching, including policemen. But we stopped the vehicle and I said we need to get in and we need to resolve this issue. As I was separating these two, another 3 miscreants came and caught hold of me and put me on in the air. He just lifted me up, 3 of them. And he said, who are you to intervene? What I'm saying, our intervention in a conflict situation can resolve and bring peace. And that is what the second level that I'll be talking about, what we have been doing in Nagaland and Northeast India. Now, the third level, the information, formation and transformation. We experience people getting changed, broadening their perspective. That's why Martin Luther King Jr. said, we need to move away from or transcend ourselves from our loyalties of tribalism, loyalties of nationalism, loyalties of class, caste and religion. If you don't move out and get into new avenue, you call it a new perspective, new world order. If you don't reach that second order, we will die as a first level people. So who are sitting here as educated, as an activist, as a person who are going to make change in the society, this is the transformation that we are looking at it. We are in the second level people, not the first level. We don't discriminate. Our way of looking at people is going to be changed. Our way of talking to people are going to be changed. Our interaction, perception, understanding other religious leaders are going to be changed. This is what we teach to the children when they come for the peace celebration. We have got a 7 method and they celebrate peace and get back home. And the transformation is the third level. We experience that evaluation. During the evaluation, how this transformation is changed. We have got a format and we assess and see the change happening. Now this change can happen only when these people are ready, prepared. Therefore, we are stressing on the affected domain in the learning process. So we have got nearly 400 teachers and the volunteers working in order to capacitate the students in the college level, university level and the school level. Now this affected domain is enhanced, the love, the forgiveness, the understanding, the spectrum of learning widens, and that is what we experience in the Peace Club. And we have made few schools as a model institutions for peace building, peace schools in Nagaland. And the second level that I am talking about is here we move from inner peace to the outer peace. Inner peace is enabling to enjoy inner peace by following the values, 7 values, 7 principles. Then they put into practice in the families, groups, institutions, wherever they are. Then we are aiming at ultimate peace. Ultimate peace is possible when the individual is connected with God, connected with the people, and connected with nature. Now you may ask, what about the taste? Can they not be part of it? They can be part of it. The second level, is conflict good? Is conflict good or bad? I just want to get an answer from you. Is conflict good?
Depends.
Depends. Very diplomatic answer. John Galtung, Paul Guthrie, John Galtung is the father of peace education. He says, conflict is good. Change of perspective again today. Why he says conflict is good? Conflict brings lot of changes. But he adds at the end, all functional conflicts are good and dysfunctional conflicts are bad. Dysfunctional conflict, he says, is good provided we make an effort to make dysfunctional conflict to functional conflict. It is like a rubber band. I am pulling the rubber band. When it is in a non-tense situation, it is very comfortable, no conflict. But the moment you pull the rubber band, what happens? tension mounts up. It can be wife, it can be husband. It can be girlfriend, it can be boyfriend. It can be community A, community B. It can be state A, state B. But in the moment you pull, tension is mounting up. The people are suffering. This is the simple principle of conflict. The more you pull, the more tension is going to mount up. And what is the role of a peace builder? This is what I am going to explain to you through this simple demonstration. The more you pull, both are not ready to come for negotiation and dialogue. As a result, it breaks. Escalated the conflict. Now what is next? Husband will sit in the sitting room, even though he or she doesn't have anything to watch in the TV, he will simply sit and look at the TV. Dysfunctional conflict. Wife, even if she doesn't have anything to prepare in the kitchen, she is in the kitchen. They are not able to come together. At this moment, our Peace Club children bring the daddy and mommy together and put their hands together and make them to love and forgive. This is what the Peace Club members do in the communities, in the families, and even in the school setting. Now, escalated, the conflict is already escalated. What is next? Who will bring them together? This is the most important part that we as a peace builders. Now since we are all attended this peace program, interreligious program, we are entitled and much more, we are given a certificate today. Come on, we are given a mission, you go and resolve conflicts in the families, in the communities and in the societies wherever we are. And we have mission today. And this is what the children are taught and have been doing in the Nagaland and northeastern states. Now, once this escalation is taken place, the peace builder brings these both ends tied together. Now, what happens if the rubber band is tied together? What happens to the rubber band? Can anyone say? You will get a prize. What happens to the rubber band? When it is brought together, tied together, what happens to the rubber band? It becomes stronger. Yeah, 98 marks you get, man.
Tensionless.
Tensionless. Coming closer. It becomes
Smaller.
exactly. Let's put our hands together. The rubber band becomes smaller. This is why I said conflict is always good. The moment husband and wife, the two communities come together, the relationship becomes closer. The relationship becomes stronger. And the relationship becomes very enhancing. Don't you think so? You break it again. The rubber band becomes smaller again. The conflict brings people closer and closer and closer. At the end, number of times there will be conflict. The simple theory it says, the more you break, the more you come closer. At the end, you might have seen old husband and wife staying together, living together, dying together. Have you seen them? That's the beauty of. But how many young people can stay together? How many young couples can stay together? But we see old people staying together, eating together, doing everything together, and even dying together. This is what we tell, we educate the value of love, value of forgiveness, value of understanding. And the second thing, we also try to enhance their dopamine level by teaching them. And the children are happy because their dopamine level goes higher. As a result, the habenula, one of the glands which brings negative energy and make people to be sad, depressed. This is a small gland in our brain called a habenula, which makes us always sad sometimes, which doesn't allow the neurotransmitter called dopamine to transmit the neuron which is required for us. So, the Peace Club members are given strong instruction and capacities developed to make them happy and why they are remaining unhappy and sad. And the third, point that we are looking at it, this is what we do with the children in the schools, youth in the schools and colleges. And next one is the most important thing, interreligious group. We call it People's Forum for Peace, where Bishop Emeritus, Archbishop Emeritus Thomas Melambambil, we all work together in the district level, state level, and community level. We have got a People's Forum for Peace. And this People's Forum for Peace, they are capacitated on dialogue and mediation, and they take initiative to bring peace in the conflict situation. And just you will see what is, just Sir, Brother Albert, can you show that multimedia present? This is what we are going to see now, 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. The multimedia. Yeah.